First and foremost, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for him, this wouldn't be possible. Low Nose Boxing. Hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Before we talk about boxing, let's talk about the Honorable CMOS. I've been selling CMOS for quite some time. Before CMOS became popular in New York City, you know, before the pandemic, I've been involved with CMOS since 2017. Shout out to my connect, you know what I mean? Shout out to the plug. 92 minerals, boost your immune system, lowers high blood pressure, lowers diabetes, lowers high cholesterol. It's good for your skin, it's good for your sex drive, it's good for your focus. It has plant protein. Once again, 92 minerals, man. This is real CMOS. This is from the Caribbean Sea, from St. Lucia. That's the real deal. This is not something that's manufactured inside of a swimming pool. This is not from the Hudson River. This is not from the East River. This is the real deal. This is what I take. I prepare it into a gel. You consume this. This can curb your appetite if you're trying to lose weight. If you're a boxer and you're trying to cut weight, holla at me for that CMOS. And by the way, shout out to Little Cuzzo, Ethan Badlands Burgos. You know how we carry it, you know what I mean? Puerto Ricans, Taino Indians, mixed with Africans, because that's where we come from. Anyway, speaking of Puerto Ricans, speaking about Boricuas, pa que tú lo sepa, puñeta, we're going to talk about this weekend's lineup of boxing. This weekend, we got 4 fantastic fighters, right? And 3 of them are around the money divisions, 135 pounds and 140 pounds. We got Gervonta Tank Davis taking on a formidable foe and Frank Martin, right? We got Gary Antoine Russell, one of the best 140 pounders in boxing, taking on Puello, right? A fight that was supposed to happen, but now it's gonna happen. And then we got Subriel Matias taking on Liam Parrow. All these fights are competitive fights. These are not showcase fights. But what I will say, out of all 3 of those fights, I firmly believe that Subriel Matias has the toughest task. He has the toughest task. All due respect, Puello is not a bad fighter. Frank Martin is not a bad fighter. He's a very skilled fighter. But Liam Parrow is very underrated. He's coming in here upset-minded. He's coming for the upset. He has skills. He has good fundamentals. He has knockout power. He has the best win out of all the other guys that's fighting this weekend as far as the B-side guys. He has the best win. When he knocked out Montana Love, who's a very skilled fighter, underrated fighter, a slick fighter from Ohio, Liam Parrow knocked him out. So with that being said, Subriel Matias has the toughest fight this weekend. This is not an ordinary homecoming fight. Usually when a world champion has a homecoming fight, it's usually against a soft touch, you know, so it could be somewhat of a showcase. But this is not a showcase fight. This is not a cherry pick. So Subriel Matias has to be on his A game. And I'm picking Subriel Matias to win this fight via late round stoppage. And Subriel Matias, hands down, might have the second best resume at 140 pounds behind Teofimo Lopez, right? Even though Subriel Matias doesn't have the big popular names on his resume, he does have some undefeated fighters. He does have some guys that can punch. And Subriel Matias is the type of fighter that's going to put it all on the line. So it's going to be a tough fight because Subriel Matias does get hit. Now, I'm not saying he has no defense, but being that he's the type of fighter that commits to his offense, he puts himself in the line of fire in order to land his shots, right? Subriel Matias has to make a statement. And if Subriel Matias makes that statement and defeats Liam Parrow in the same fashion or similar to the way he's been beating everybody else that he's been fighting lately, this is the face of Puerto Rican boxing. We have to stop talking about, oh, we gotta find the next great Puerto Rican fighter since Miguel Cotto and since Danny Garcia, right? and Shakur Stevenson. In fact, I'm not even going to mention Danny Garcia and Shakur Stevenson because those are Puerto Rican American fighters. Puerto Rico, the island, has been so animate about having a brand new superstar elite level champion. Subriel Matias is a champion in the money division of boxing. Shout out to Mill City Boxing, by the way. Mill City Boxing, every single time he interviews Subriel Matias, he brings out the best side of his personality. He brings out his charisma, because Subriel Matias, for the most part, when he's interviewed on other platforms, he's sort of laid back, relaxed. Sometimes he doesn't even talk English like that. But whenever Mill City Boxing is talking to Subriel Matias, the man is talking his talk, bravado. He had some choicey words for Bill Haney recently, right? He had some very interesting things to say. And based on the things that he said when he was talking to Mill City Boxing, he said that he has the most respect for Gervonta Davis. In other words, he feels like Gervonta Davis would be his toughest fight. That's a great fight somewhere down the road, right? If those stars can align. Because 140 pounds and 135 pounds have the best fighters in boxing. Between Subriel Matias, Gervonta Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. We could go on and on. Liam Parrell, Jack Catterall, Jose Ramirez, Frank Martin, Pitbull Cruz. I mean, like Punch Drunk Boxing says, the landmine division. If you step the wrong way, you're gonna get exploded. You're gonna blow up like a bomb. Boom. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm in my bag right now. And like I was saying, Subriel Matias is on the brink of becoming a Puerto Rican superstar in boxing. You know, there's certain fighters that are built up and groomed to become superstars, right? And not all the time do those fighters measure up to the hype. See, Miguel Cotto, he was groomed, he was brought up. The machine was behind him because Miguel Cotto had that Olympic background. He had that Olympic pedigree, right? And his career measured up to the expectations. But then Puerto Rican fans, including myself, we were back in Felix Verdejo's play. Another Olympian, but he did not turn out to be the star that we thought he would be, right? Everybody's backing Xander Zayas, who might be the most polished out of all the Puerto Rican fighters, but he still has more time to improve. The Puerto Rican fans were grooming Edgar Berlanga, right? And even though he did not take a loss, he did take a step back because he had some lackluster performances. Hopefully, Edgar Berlanga can get it together and get back to knocking dudes out. But right now, Subriel Matias is a fighter that is not being groomed like that. He's not being backed by the networks like that. Subriel Matias is going the Felix Tito Trinidad route. And I say that because Tito Trinidad was not groomed to be the next great Puerto Rican star. Tito Trinidad was a fighter who was buried on the bottom of Julio Cesar Chavez undercards on fights that weren't even being televised. But he took advantage of the opportunity when he became a world champion, and from there everything went forward. So Subriel Matias is doing it from the muscle. And this Saturday night, tomorrow night, all eyes on Subriel Matias. For me, that's the best fight this whole weekend. Subriel Matias has to steal the show. And if he does that on a night where Gervonta Davis is fighting, on a night where Gary Antoine Russell is fighting, that will be a statement. With that being said, hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, Low Nose Boxing, because Low Nose Boxing. And hit me up for that Honorable Seymour's, by the way. God bless, I'm out.